What if the real reason you still feel financially stuck isn't because you don't earn enough, but because every time you earn more, your life quietly becomes more expensive? Not dramatically, not in ways you immediately notice, just enough that nothing really changes. Scene 1. Early career. Finally earning. You're 22. You land your first job. Maybe you're earning $45,000 a year in the US, or 30,000 euros somewhere in Europe. After tax, it's roughly $2,800 a month. At first, everything feels manageable. You split rent with a roommate. You cook at home most days. You use public transport or an old car. Your expenses look something like this. Rent, $900. Food, $300. Transport, $200. Miscellaneous, $300. You're left with maybe $1,100. Not rich, but stable. And for the first time, you feel like you're moving forward. Scene 2. The first upgrade. Then your income increases. You switch jobs. Now you're earning $60,000. After tax, around $3,700 a month. This is where something subtle happens. You don't think, how do I build wealth? You think, I can finally live properly. So your life upgrades slightly. You move into your own apartment. Rent goes from $900 to $1,500. You buy a car. Monthly payment, $400. Insurance, fuel, and maintenance, another $250. Your new monthly reality: rent, $1,500, car, $650, food, $400, subscriptions, eating out, lifestyle, $500. You're now spending about $3,050. You still have money left, technically. But notice something. You're earning $900 more per month, yet your actual free money barely increased. Scene 3. Debt enters quietly. This is where debt starts to feel normal. Not dangerous, not urgent, just part of life. You get your first credit card. At first, it's convenience. Then it becomes a buffer. You don't think, I'm going into debt. You think, I'll just pay it off next month. But next month, something comes up. A trip, a new phone, unexpected expenses. So the balance stays, then grows. Scene 4. The comfortable trap. Now you're 28. Your salary is $80,000. After tax, about $4,800 a month. On paper, this should feel like progress, but your life now looks like this. Rent, $2,000. Car payment, $550. Insurance and fuel, $300. Student loan, $400. Credit card minimums, $300. Lifestyle, food, social, subscriptions, $900. Total, $4,450. You're left with $350. And that's assuming nothing goes wrong. Pause. Let it sink in. You doubled your income, but your financial position barely changed. In fact, it became more fragile. Scene 5. The hidden system problem. This isn't an accident. It's a system most people unknowingly follow. As income increases, fixed expenses increase faster. And fixed expenses are dangerous because they don't go away. They lock you into a certain lifestyle. Let's take something simple. A $30,000 car, financed over 5 years at moderate interest. Monthly payment around $550. Over 5 years, you don't just pay $30,000. You pay closer to $34,000 to $36,000. Now add insurance and maintenance. That car is costing you about $8,000 to $9,000 per year. That's not transportation. That's a financial commitment that reduces your flexibility. Scene 6. The psychological layer. So why do people do this? It's not lack of intelligence, it's psychological alignment. Your lifestyle slowly adapts to your income, and more importantly, to your social environment. You see colleagues upgrading apartments, friends financing cars, people your age living better. And without realizing it, your brain redefines normal. Not luxury, not excess, just normal. Scene 7. The illusion of control. Debt feels safe when you can make the monthly payments, your income is stable, and nothing unexpected happens. This creates an illusion. I'm managing it. But what you're really managing is a tightly balanced system, where one job loss, one health issue, one economic downturn can disrupt everything. Scene 8. Long-term impact. Now extend this pattern 10 to 15 years. Your income grows to 100K, maybe 120K. But so does your life. Bigger home, higher car costs, more lifestyle spending, possibly family expenses. You're earning more than ever. But your ability to build real wealth, still limited, because most of your income is already spoken for. Scene 9. The core mistake. The mistake isn't spending money. The mistake is increasing fixed obligations faster than income. Because fixed costs reduce flexibility, increase stress, lock future decisions. They turn income into maintenance instead of progress. Scene N. Shift in perspective. Financially aware people don't necessarily earn dramatically more. They just think differently about one thing: commitment. Before upgrading anything, they ask, is this a one-time cost or a recurring obligation? That one question changes everything. Because recurring costs don't just affect today, they shape your future income. Scene 11. Quiet behavioral differences. They still upgrade their lives, but slowly, deliberately, and often later than others. Not because they're missing out, but because they understand something subtle. Every fixed cost is a claim on your future time. Scene 12. Back to you. So, if earning more hasn't made things easier, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you followed a pattern most people follow. A pattern that feels logical, but quietly limits progress. Conclusion. Earning more is useful, but it only improves your financial life if your obligations don't rise with it. Otherwise, you're just operating a larger version of the same system. More income, more expenses, same pressure. Soft call to action. If you want more breakdowns like this, calm, realistic, and actually useful, you can subscribe.